What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another episode of the Pixel Dome. Another episode, 100% Call of Duty free, and do me a solid. Won't you subscribe? You know, over like 98% of our viewers aren't subscribed. So if you would, please do so. If you don't dig the stuff, you can always unsubscribe later. They're both free. But today we're going to talk about two games that neither one of us have played. We don't live really close to one another, and it's kind of a to-do to come together and do these videos. So for him to have the same game as I, and for us to be both playing them at the same time to get together and do these videos doesn't work a lot. I have a full-time job. He plays music for a living and has a job. So his schedule is mainly the weekends being busy when most of us are playing games. He's playing shows. So we're going to start doing this pretty often, and I can figure out some stuff that he's playing that I've never heard of or played, and he can do the same for me. So it'll be beneficial for you guys, and it'll be beneficial for us.
Yeah.
So anyway, starting that off, what do you got, Brian?
So I've got a GameCube game, Extreme G Racing XG3. I'm a huge fan of the arcade racers, and this one is again kind of the futuristic racing like F-Zero, Wipeout, but you're on two wheels.
Is this just motorcycles?
Yeah. It's not exactly like Wipeout. It is a different beast, but it gives me that feeling. The first two, this is the third one. The first two were out on N64. This one you can get on PlayStation 2, but the thing is, if you're wanting to play multiplayer, the amount of players, GameCube you got 4, PS2 you got 2.
Oh, okay.
That's the big difference between the two consoles. It's a little bit of a hidden gem. Nobody that I know, like locally that I hang out with, knows about this game, but a bunch of people online do know about it.
Do you have several bikes to choose from, or you have to unlock them? Is there skill trees with unlocking
you
them?
have leagues. So you start out in your first league. That's free. You gotta place right and get enough earnings to get to the next one and the next one. And you can customize. It differs greatly from 1 and 2 because you can buy weapons.
Is it like Wipeout in the sense you can shoot your enemy and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the extreme is definitely extreme. You're blowing each other up. There's a combat factor there that plays. It's just really good, and it handles good like Wipeout, F-Zero, that anti-gravity, futuristic style of racing.
I guess being on wheels though, it's more solid and less floaty.
Yeah, but depending, I mean, like on the first few stages, it's a little floaty, but it's a tight floaty.
Gotcha.
Like Wipeout,
the Omega collection?
Yeah, the Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's like that one, it gives you a little bit of weight behind the floatiness. It's not a loose kind of just all over the place.
And the N64 versions are good too. They're, I don't think I like this a little better. It's a little more, I mean, it's GameCube, but it's more modern than the 64. Graphics are better, obviously.
Right.
But the gameplay is a little better in my opinion.
I've seen the game. I've just never thought much of it, honestly, until he brought it up.
Yeah, I've seen it 100 times, the series as a whole, and never really got into it. But then when I started collecting again and started looking for my racers, because in my mind, I'm always like, well, where's the next F-Zero? Since there's no F-Zero,
Right.
where are my outlets?
Hopefully there will be another F-Zero soon.
Yeah.
I mean, we know about 99 just coming out and all that, but a true successor to the GameCube F-Zero would be sweet.
And that's a good honorable mention for this video because you haven't played it. I've got it. You haven't. So, yeah, just sidestep. Go check out F-Zero 99, please.
Yeah, he won't shut up about it. He adores it.
It's my crack. It's crazy. I can't stop playing. But yeah, so XG3, I recommend this to anybody who likes racing games, and especially the more arcade, not simulated. I'm really not a big fan of the simulated.
It's on the cheap too. What, you got $13 in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's cheap, and the N64 versions, they're worth getting. If you're a 64 fan, they're worth getting. But this
stick
one,
with the GameCube one.
Yeah, but I'm in love with this one. It's a like I said, it's not the best thing ever. It's not the best racer ever, but it's just solid fun, and that's kind of what matters to me the most these days. It's still got to be fun, and difficulty doesn't even matter. I just need it to be fun.
Right. And that's the thing that so many games nowadays kind of lack. They go for graphics, they go for all this and that, but they're just not fun to play.
Yeah. There's something missing. I feel like in a lot of games, you've got your heavy hitters. Sometimes it feels like you got all these heavy hitters right here, and then everything else is down below. And
Right. Nobody checks out the stuff down below.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the game I got is Aliens Dark Descent. I am a massive Aliens fan. I've followed the series forever. I have games across multiple platforms for different Alien games. Some great, some crap. Then you've got this one setting somewhere in the realm of I want it to be great, and I hope deeper I get into it, it becomes that. If you are a old school computer player or modern computer player, you know what an RTS is, a real-time strategy game. This is very much that. It's the isometric view, kind of overhead, three-quarter thing going. It's also very kin to the XCOM series. You have your team. Of course, I ain't got to tell you the story. Crap goes wrong, aliens show up, you got to make it out alive or kill them. Alright, so with all that being said, once you're on your mothership, it's a ripoff of kind of the Sulaco in the second one. You have different bays you can go to upgrade the soldiers, upgrade their weapons, upgrade armament, all that, their tech tree and all that. So that's really where you get into the kind of XCOM world, and you also get into your traditional RTS with upgrading your gear and all that. It's awesome because it's in the Aliens world, and I dig that. The only real negative thing I can say about it is if you've played an RTS, you know there's a ton of sub-menus you have to go through and stuff. Well, they try to integrate all that into a controller.
Okay.
So you're using the L, the R, the touchpad, every single button on that controller to navigate through those menus. And in a lot of RTSs, as battle is going on, you can scroll around, select different troops, move them, all that kind of jive. This, you can do the same thing, but it gets very cumbersome on a controller, scrolling out, grabbing, moving, placing, choosing sub-commands, because when the aliens get close, you want to pull out a shotgun. Stuff like that. Well, getting to that menu super fast while you're being attacked it can be difficult and cumbersome. The game itself, when you start it in the menu series, it tells you straight up, this is a hard game. So, I mean, they come out of the gate telling you that. So, if you think
it'd be easier on PC?
I know it would be easier on PC. Right. I know. I've played enough of these stinking games. It's
already kind of scary. Like, I'm interested, but all the buttons.
It's very daunting with the controller. It's doable, and the longer you play it, the more you get used to it. And the one thing I've kind of figured out doing is when I know I'm about to fall in the crap and I'm going to need these things, I'll fumble around the controls and find the menu I'm going to need next.
Yeah.
Because what they call it in the movie, suppressive fire. Well, that's one of your options in this, is when the aliens are coming in on you, you can issue suppressive fire. I think that's what it's called. And lay that out. Then you got to switch to a shotgun when they get super close. You also, if you have a bunch of face huggers running at you, you go into a sub-menu and grab a grenade and lob a grenade in the middle of a bunch of them and it'll blow them up. You also, when you go in a room that has no exit and only one entrance, you can weld the door closed, and that turns into a save room plus a healing room.
Nice.
So there's a lot of little things in it. Yeah. And the hardest part is you only have a certain amount of ammo. Okay. And you have to find ammo stashes throughout the level. And if you don't find ammo stashes and the aliens find you, you're not going to have any ammo.
On top of all the other stuff.
All the other stuff.
You got to find the ammo.
So you got to keep your wits about you, and you will die a lot. But if you are not an Aliens fan, I wouldn't get it. But if you're an Aliens fan, I dig it, because just watching the motion tracker and you see the aliens coming towards you, staying in a certain area, welding the door till they pass, they'll disappear at points, and when you start firing, it attracts other aliens. So it's very, very much a ton of strategy involved in the game. I am kind of sadistic in that fashion. I love the challenge of getting games like this right. But
it sounds complicated for me because I'm not a big real-time strategy guy.
Right.
But I do love Aliens, so.
Yeah. I mean, it makes me want to build another PC and get this game. I'm not going to do that, but I do like it. But like I say, if you're into Aliens, give it a try, but be patient, because it's a formidable foe.
Yeah, so if you want the hard strategy stuff, go for his game. If you want super easy car racing, go for my game.
Right. Because with his is light beer and Kool-Aid.
Right.
Mine is whiskey and natural ice.
Yeah.
You know,
and some police.
Right. It gets difficult. But anyway, that's all we got for you guys. Maybe out of these two, you might dig one of them you want to play. He definitely's got me interested in that racing game. I'll probably check it out. And I doubt seriously he'll check Aliens out.
I'll check it out. I actually will check it out. It's probably beyond my. It's out there for me. It's a lot of strategy. I like my strategy games. Don't get me wrong, but it sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try it just because it might not be that bad.
All right.
And whatever you do, get it. If you have a Switch, go get F-Zero 99. If you don't have a Switch, go get a Switch and get F-Zero 99. It blows this away.
All right. Well, you guys have a good one. Later.